For as little as $1 per month, you can support independent journalism by supporting Mieum Media on Patreon. That's mere pocket change to support quality, local content creation. To subscribe, visit patreon.com/MIEUM Media. Thank you to all paid subscribers for helping to grow Mieum Media and for supporting independent journalism. If you watched Comedy Central in the early 2000s, you may have seen a visibly younger Stephen Colbert visiting Waterbury, Connecticut.
Behold, Holy Land! Founded over 2,600 weeks ago in Waterbury, Connecticut, Holy Land is like a religious Epcot.
But the location Colbert covered, Holy Land U.S.A., is still around. And in fact, its brightest days may lie in its future. This probably isn't the most inviting front gate you've ever seen. But if you've driven on I-84 through Waterbury, you'll perhaps recognize this gigantic 17-meter-tall LED cross. These are both staples of Holy Land U.S.A., a now defunct religious theme park. Although the grounds have been shut down since the mid-1980s, a group of supporters hope to reopen it soon. Chuck Pagano, chairman of Holy Land U.S.A.'s board, granted Mieum Media access to the park during an exclusive interview.
When I was a kid, there were bus loads of people up here coming up that hill, and the buses were a lot smaller back then. But, you know, in one year, I'm sure we had an excess of 20,000 people come up here during the summer of multitudes of buses. Actually, he had a plan. It's in his old office in the building behind us for opening up an entrance over on the other side of the hill so that more buses could park there and more buses could come up. But it was a very popular religious theme respite on the highway. And as a child, I would look out my window in my bedroom and I could see the original cross on the hill, which didn't have the light possibility that's there now from the power. And that's what got me connected with. Our mayor called me and asked me if I'd serve on the board, and same day he asked me if I'd be the chair of the board. I said, most definitely.
Holy Land U.S.A. was opened in 1955 by attorney John Greco of Waterbury. A devout Catholic, Greco wanted to create a living symbol of his faith. As he told the New York Times in 1974, "Through Holy Land, we show people the life of Christ and open the Bible to them. We don't try to convert anybody, we just show them what we believe. I did it for the Lord, like a prayer." The park featured a number of different miniature recreations of biblical locations. Unfortunately, the park has been closed to the public since 1984.
Greco became ill and then eventually passed away. He had gotten away from day to day and had given the property over to the Sisters of Filipina, I believe. They were not prepared to maintain the park / just dealing with the vegetation was a nightmare. So that went on for quite a few years.
After its closure, the park fell into disrepair. It became rife with vandalism, and some people online even claimed that it was haunted. In 2010, security had to be increased after a 16-year-old woman was raped and stabbed to death on park grounds. But since 2013, revival efforts have been underway.
And then eventually there was a shrinkage of the sisters, and they were all called back to New Jersey, and that's when they elected to sell the property off, or they at least entertain selling the property. And that's when Neil and Fritz had put together and made some calls to get some money seeded to put on the LLC together to buy the property. And then after that, the rest is history.
Despite the park's Catholic bent, Chuck emphasized that people of many faiths were helping with the restoration. In particular, the Albanian Muslim population in the area has contributed quite a bit.
Spaghetti dinners, door-to-door campaigns to help us raise money for our yearly benefit, to raise money to at least cover lighting the cross every night. I call it more spiritual than religious because we're not just a singular religion focused organization. This community is made up of Muslim, evangelists, Lutheran, Catholic, and everybody plays a part in helping us either raise money or volunteer time and materials to restore it back to what the original spec was by attorney John Greco.
I have to admit that, although I'm not personally religious, the park was pretty impressive. It's no secret that the city of Waterbury has fallen on hard times. So to see people coming together to restore a piece of local history is pretty cool.
We're going to be opening up a bigger part of it is this year, 2019, in the hopes of opening more and more of it up as we go into 2020.